What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another transfer news video where we're going to talk about not even 60 million being enough for Koopmeiners, but according to outlets in Bergamo, it's going to be up to 70 million euros, and we just need to pay up and shut up, basically. We're also going to talk about Huijsen because that news was all over the place, from keeping to selling to first team to loaning to everything. It's been all over the place. And then a Rabiot update that is probably going to shock a lot of people, even me included. And I will have a take on it that probably will shock other people. But before we get into it, as always, hit the like button now. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit that bell notification and let's go. Okay, so we do start off with Koopmeiners. I will read out the news first because it's from Daniele Longo. But the Koopmeiners one is a story that remains the same every single day, however, still changed, weirdly enough. But the news is that Juve has made its first offer for Turn Koopmeiners, 40 million euros as a base, plus 5 million euros in bonuses. This is too little for Atalanta, obviously, which is firm, on a price tag of 60 million euros. A lot of rumors about, we can include Huijsen and Miretti and all those things. You could, but I don't think Atalanta are going to lower the cash price to 30 million euros, even if you include a player in the deal. That's the issue. The Koopmeiners one, I think he's getting disrespected because of the price tag, which I think is never fair for the player because he never sets the price tag. It's a club that sets the price tag, obviously, and the club that pays that is part of the quote-unquote issue, you might say. However, I think even for me, like, I like Koopmeiners a lot. You know, I don't think he's ass, whatever, but I like him because I've seen him play in the Dutch league. But 60 million euros is too much money. He's not worth that 60 million euros, in my opinion. You know, even when the news came out about Kvaratskhelia to PSG, 100, people are like, it's normal. It's normal for clubs like PSG, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, he's worth 100 million euros. He's not. Like, Koopmeiners is not worth 60 million euros, in my opinion. And according to outlets in Bergamo, they want close to 70 million euros. Like, at that point, you just need to step away. You know, even if you like him and he's your main target, do not throw all that budget towards one player. I don't think we're going to do it, but you can also not waste too much time on it. If at one point in these talks it's very clear that they're not going to lower those demands to something that's going to be respectable for your budget, you just need to call it a day and just walk away. That's how I view these things. You just need to see it, accept it, and be like, okay, plan B-ish, basically. I know Giovanni Albanese said there's no plan B. Juve will go for plan A, but you will not always get your plan A. You need to be prepared. You know, you're not always going to get your plan A because maybe plan A is tied to selling that and those players. But you're not capable of selling those players, and plan A is gone. You need to go to plan B because you only need to sell one player for plan B, basically. So the Koopmeiners one is the main target. It will go on for a very long time. You know, that's not a deal. If you wrap that deal up immediately, I will come on and will be like, what just happened? But that's a deal that will take ages in terms of not the end of August, because then it's too late for Koopmeiners, it's too late for Atalanta to find a replacement. So I don't think it's going to be something crazy like that. But it's not going to be an easy deal. It's not going to be, we will meet with Atalanta and it's done. It's not going to be that type of deal. But 60 million euros, I thought 40 plus 5 was a fair offer, in my opinion. And yes, Atalanta can demand more because they did that with Huijsen after scoring 9 goals, you know. And they know Premier League clubs are interested. Like, Premier League clubs were interested in Huijsen. And actually, Man U, a Premier League club, bought Huijsen for, what was it, 80 or 100 close or something insane, 80. So they know, hey, if you're not going to pay 60 million, a Premier League club will pay 60 million. And the news is that Koopmeiners wants to join Juve. That's his first choice. But at one point, even he will be like, okay, if Juve cannot pay up, then, and I want to make that jump, I will go to the Premier League. It's the same, even though that was my first option. So it's going to be interesting. But obviously, the 40 plus 5 was never going to get accepted. But I was like, okay, it's getting in range where I can live with it, basically. But it's not even close as of now. Now, a name that's been linked with Koopmeiners is Dean Huijsen. And that's an interesting one because the news with Dean Huijsen is so polarizing because you have one outlet saying he's gone, you have one other outlet saying it's a loan, another one included in a deal, and then you have Mirko Di Natale saying Dortmund, Liverpool, and Newcastle are interested in Huijsen. He has expressed his desire to stay. Juve considers him important and are evaluating his inclusion in the first team. And as of now, we added nothing will change that unless it's going to be a crazy offer for both the club and the player. And I don't know what crazy means because apparently 30 million euros is what could come in from Liverpool, Dortmund, Newcastle. Those teams could offer 30 million euros. Is that crazy? For the club, clear plus Valenza for a player that hasn't really shown anything at this level. For the club, that can be crazy. That could be crazy, But does Atalanta value him at 30 million euros? Probably not, and nor should they, in my opinion, being Atalanta. For Premier League clubs, it is different. I don't think he's worth 30 million euros, to be honest. I don't think other players are worth 100 million euros. However, I know Premier League clubs, they value stuff in a different way. So if somebody comes in with 30 million euros, I think the club will consider it, really, And do we need Huijsen, will they say, if we sign a Calafiori, Not the same type of players, center back, whatever, but depending on what Motta wants to do, it's going to be interesting with Huijsen. But I always said that the moment he went on loan to Roma, playing or not playing, he's not coming back to go out on loan to Monza next season. He's not going to do that. If you're going to force him to one of those teams, he will say, I was at loan against at Roma. I will find myself a team and you guys sell me. I think that's the scenario. So he's either going to be included in the first team or he's going to be sold. I don't see a loan on the board. I cannot see it. I will actually be stunned. If I see a loan, I will be absolutely shocked. If I see a loan move for Huijsen, I will be like, wow, didn't see that coming one bit whatsoever. So we need to keep an eye on that, but he is an asset as we speak. He is an asset. And to wrap this one up, we have a Rabiot update from Giovanni Albanese. Now, the Rabiot one is weird because apparently he's a key player for Thiago Motta. Am I surprised about that? Not really, But I thought about the wages, and I was like, key player or not, he's not going to be here. Now, Giovanni is saying that in Thiago Motta's vision, Rabiot will be a cornerstone of this Juve. He also said that Chiesa's not going to cut it, basically. He said, however, they must agree to extend his contract, while Veronique, his mother agent, also considers other potential opportunities. Now, the last part is interesting because there's so much talk about other opportunities and other offers. There are no other offers. Even last summer, it was just Man U, and that was kind of it. So maybe even in his situation, he's looking at it, he's like, I'm not getting the offers nor the money I was hoping for. So maybe I should sign a 2-year deal at lower wages. Who knows? And maybe a little signing on bonus because I'm free again. Who knows? But I'm not shocked that he could be, or that Motta looks at him and he's like, you're a key player for him. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I don't like Rabiot, the way he played, what he offered. I don't, ever since he has been here, one good season, and that's just not good enough. He doesn't warm me. I liked him more at PSG. I said it 1,000 times. But I also said that you need to give Motta what he wants. And it needs to be sustainable, obviously. If it's sustainable to keep Rabiot, and Motta's like, I need Rabiot, it's on Motta. I will come on, and if it's still the same, I will say I absolutely dislike what Rabiot was doing out there. I just can't stand it. I will say it. But if it works for Motta and it works to improve and win, and he can make it work, credit to him. But as of now, it was not working for Rabiot, in my opinion. We were all watching the same games. At times, it was like he couldn't bother, going into duels, then showing up a game, then being very soft in certain games, anonymous in other games. It's all over the place. So if Motta thinks he can find some sort of consistency in Rabiot and he can help him achieve the club's goals, his goals, fans' goals of winning, I'll give him a shot. I will give it a shot. But if it doesn't work out, I'm not going to change my tune. If it works out, I will come on and say, hey, he changed my tune in terms of like he got something out of Rabiot I thought nobody could have got out of him at this moment in time in his career. So I'm not shocked that he wants to keep potentially Rabiot. It's more so that I never thought it was a possibility because of the contracts. But then again, there are no real offers as we speak for Rabiot besides the one we are trying to make. So maybe he has no choice than to stay with us. But it's going to be very interesting. It's still early, but the Euros are around the corner soon. So he's going to need to make a decision because the club needs to know. Otherwise, it's really a joke. But let me know in the comments what you think about Koopmeiners' price, Huijsen potentially leaving, and Rabiot being a key player for Motta apparently. But yeah, let me know in the comments, and I will speak to you guys soon. Ciao.